I'm sure we did. He'll be sitting in the second seat. Right. On the front Well, no, second row. Yeah, it'd be the first row, yeah. So he's like 18. Right. Well, I was always did we? I was
Please stand for the processional. Not the corner of the door. That was the bedroom room. Oh, I didn't realize you. Sorry about the mics. Unrefrigerated.
Yeah.
It can't be no preservative.
Good afternoon. I am Mark Andreessen, principal here at Mandan High School, and I welcome all of you to Mandan High School's graduation commencement. Before we begin our ceremony today, I ask that you assist me in silencing your cell phones, and thank you for assisting us in keeping our grounds tobacco-free. At this time, I would like to introduce the platform guests. I ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. Members of the Mandan School Board: Lori First, Rick Horn, Gemma Hostall, Bob Clemish, Caroline Kozad, Ross Munns, Sheldon Wolf, and Board President, Dr. Tim Richter. The Assistant Superintendent of Mandan Public Schools, Dr. Jeff Lind, and the Superintendent of Mandan Public Schools, Dr. Mike Bitts. We thank all of you for your hard work and dedication to our schools, our students, our community, and their education. We will now listen to a selection presented by the Mandan High School Choir. you please join me in thanking our members of our Mandan High School band under the direction of Mr. Sean Main, Mr. Bauman, and our also choir, Please welcome President of the Senior Class, Kaylee Barbie.
Thank you, Mr. Coyle, for teaching me that I need to clear my throat by coughing because I lack mucociliary clearance on my true vocal cords. Anyway, because I am the first speaker, Mrs. Sauer is making me greet you all. So thanks for having to come 3 hours early due to the lack of parking at our brand new sporting facility. Speaking of the new facility, I guess you could say that every $30 million building needs a good foundation, just like every decent human being. Our foundation consists of the education that we have been receiving for the past 13 years, and we are here today to finally finish that foundation and start putting in plumbing. We are able to move forward and build our very own $30 million facility with the help of teachers, friends, and family. We'll start with the teachers. The teachers are like the electricity in the $30 million sports complex. They have sparked our ambitions to learn. Despite the unfair dress coding of the same 3 students, the impossible tests, and the unrealistic deadlines for a paper you will take 4 months to grade anyway, you make every day exciting and unpredictable. For example, Mr. Coyle's jar of unborn alien puppies have inspired me every day to come to class, only to learn that blood is in fact not blue inside the body. But nothing made students more unsatisfied than the teachers' naivety of the use of technology after forcing iPads on us all. This has encouraged us to expand our knowledge in technology and to go see Amy Zachmeyer in the library. P.S. Mr. Miller, your active board has not been calibrated since the day you got it, and you should really get on that. Speaking of Mr. Miller, we will never forget the time that all the male teachers insisted on proving their manliness by competing in the annual homecoming dodgeball tournament and throwing their shoulders out. However, Mr. Saul's and Mr. Miller's manliness was severely damaged when Mr. Flocken beat them in the high heel race. The true winner in heels, though, is Mrs. Sauer. Have you seen her calves? In the end, Mrs. Sauer is really good at spending 14 hours a day in room 216, connecting her very funny stories to the literature we're reading, and proving to us that she is the best teacher. This was proudly displayed by her students on a bulletin board. If you have any more questions, go see Amy. In the end, these teachers, as well as amazing subs like Mr. Kurt Peterson and Mrs. Beth Key, have made high school bearable. I'm almost as bad as writing transitions, as this facility's architects were planning for stairs to lead to the track. Good luck getting down here for pictures. Anyway, on to friends. This picture was taken at senior send-off last week. In this group, I have about 3. On good days, I have 4, but that all depends on whether or not Kylie Trenda is being a female dog. Friends are like the furniture and decorations in our $30 million facility. You'll find some straight out of Pier 1 imports and others from Seeds of Hope. But regardless of how straight your pictures are hung on the wall, they make your house a home. Now, you and your decorations have been through a lot in the last 4 years. Starting with the mystery of the Malaysia Airlines, Flight 370. Sorry, Kenzie, but it's aliens. In the end of the world 4 times, the Ebola and Zika outbreaks, which impacted many North Dakotans, Beyonce's pregnancy announcement and Kylie Jenner's lack of, the Trump train chugging its way to Capitol Hill, and the most impactful of them all, me being crowned senior class president. The key here, though, is that we've gone through it all together. Now, I only said that our class is united for the cliche graduation speech, but the truth is that this class has been divided ever since Dylan Fleck failed miserably at running the student section Twitter page. Now, this is a touchy subject, so I'll need to transition quickly, but I just wanted you to all know that I'm still bitter. Don't be fooled by the happy Snapchats of friends carpooling to WDA basketball together, because we ended up having 2 separate student sections anyway. We students never really appreciated our decorations, and we let them collect dust, and even some broke. But we were able to wipe off the dust or glue them back together for the past few weeks. Which is nice, but I'm filled with regret that we couldn't realize how small these issues were before the last month of our time together. Although we spend more time with our classmates and teachers than our family, we do have some people to thank. The family is the plumbing of this $30 million facility. The reason they're plumbing is because they extend throughout the whole building and they put up with a lot of crap. Let's take a minute to appreciate all of the wonderful parents here who have been through the sewer and back. They continue to support us in all of our endeavors, even though we only bother to converse with them to squeeze out a few dollars for our necessities, like gas and protein shakes. Their love is unconditional, even though it may seem otherwise when they whip out the old grounding mechanism, as if we weren't going to sneak out the window anyway. I'd also like to thank my siblings, because even though the middle children, like myself, are the most likely to be forgotten and lost in the juice aisle at Walmart, they are also held to a much lower standard, making my success throughout high school much greater than it actually was. We cannot forget about great Aunt Becky, who can't remember which great niece and nephew, and for running through the name of every child in the family before finally getting it right. But hey, even though there's some leaky taps in this $30 million facility, it could not run without you. So, as we part and you begin to add to your $30 million buildings, remember to find the electricity to spark your interest, unclog your toilets, and don't forget to dust off your decorations by coming to a class reunion that I'll forget to plan. I'm sorry, I didn't want to do this, but I have to. Congratulations, class of 2018, C-NARS. Up next is the only student to ever graduate with an 8.43 GPA. She is what Mr. Coyle would call a model student, your class valedictorian, Catherine Slavic.
Before I begin, I would like to express my gratitude to my family, friends, and teachers that have motivated and supported me during high school. And I remind the rest of the senior class to thank anyone who may have influenced you. I recall the first time I had to publicly speak. It was 8th grade, and it resulted in my being drenched in sweat and being flustered. And I was hoping to get through high school without having to give Mrs. Sauer a speech, but here I am, giving this speech with a little more knowledge and less fear. Acronyms have been drilled into our heads to help us remember the simplest of things, from remembering what order to solve math problems, does, to remembering the many clubs here at MHS, such as FFA, FBLA, and DECA, just to name a few. In some cases, acronyms may have multiple meanings, like the 3 R's. The 3 R's. No, I'm not talking about reducing, reusing, and recycling. although you should all be doing that. And I'm not talking about reading, writing, and arithmetic. I think you know enough about those as they have been the basis of our education for the last 12 years of our lives. I'm talking about a new set of R's that will hopefully help guide my way through this speech and help you to remember what I say for at least the next 2 days or so. No worries, there will be no test or quiz, but feel free to take notes. So, what are the 3 R's of which I speak? Roots, reflection, and regret. Quite the odd mixture of words, but hear me out. On to the first R, roots. In case you didn't know, the roots of a plant are what keep it anchored in the earth, providing stability and nourishment, giving the plant life. Although we are not filled with chlorophyll and we do not have cell walls, we all have roots. Our roots function a little differently. I mean, pizza and donuts will probably keep us alive, but food certainly cannot anchor us to our identity. So what does anchor us to our identity? Our roots, or support systems that stem from our family, our friends, our hometown, and yes, even our Mandan High School. All of the memories and experiences you have collected during your lifetime and in high school have made you who you are today. Some of these roots unfortunately stem from failed friendships or embarrassing moments, but you can always grow from these experiences. Learning life's greatest lessons firsthand on your own. There will be no one there to loan you notes, and you'll not be able to flip to the back of the math book to see if you're going in the right direction. No one will be able to teach you these difficult lessons, not even Mr. Coyle. You might not know of what your roots consist, or what you have even learned about life in high school, but that is okay. At least you know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So that is why I encourage you to reflect, the second R. Reflect on your time in high school. Maybe in a few months or in a few years, take the time to reflect on the many memories and friendships formed over the last 4 years, and perhaps you will discover what life lessons you have learned. While reflecting on my time in high school prior to writing this speech, I thought about the many bus rides with the gymnastics team, late nights with the FFA family, very informative discussions with Lavagny and the AP Bio crew, numerous failed calculus study sessions, and 2 weekends spent in Bemidji, Minnesota. The 2 weekends stand out the most to me, as I had not realized how much I learned about life and about myself in so little time. In Bemidji, I attended Concordia Language Villages, or Spanish camp, whichever is easier for you. The first year was great, as I thoroughly enjoyed the break from Snapchatting constantly, and it also left me with friends with whom I will always be grateful. I went back to Bemidji this year, however it was a little different, as I would be going alone, hanging with my Spanish teacher, just the 2 of us. I did not want to go, and I thought about canceling a few times, but I had already paid, so you see my problem, right? Well, I also knew if I had not gone, I would have regretted not going. There's that final R. I was scared to go, but I went, and I'm so glad I did, as I befriended a crazy group of kids from Boston, Wisconsin, made some good memories, and gained like 10 Instagram followers, so it was totally worth it. I was reluctant to embark on this new experience, but I learned something later on I wish I would have known. I do not know where I heard this, but if you Google it, it shows up, from a credible source, I might add. And that piece of information is, we as humans are only born with 2 innate fears: the fear of falling and the fear of loud sounds. The rest are learned. So why are we scared of giving speeches, scared of seeing spiders, scared of trying new things or doing something alone? I don't know. But from this is a good reminder for the senior class of 2018, that when you have moved 1,000 miles away from home, or when all your friends have left at the end of the summer, just know that the fear only lasts until you face it. It's okay to be afraid. Let your hands shake, palms sweat, and face go red, because once you start that new class, or change your hair, or hang out with a new group of friends, or decide to move somewhere completely different, that fear will melt, and you have a new experience or new friends to add to your support system of roots. On my way to Bemidji, Senora Harmon, knowing that I was reluctant to face this new experience without friends, gave me a good bit of advice. She told me that one should not live their life waiting for someone to do something with, and that if you really want to do that something, you should just go out and do it. That was my light bulb moment. And yes, even the valedictorian has those. Sometimes in the middle of a test. Everyone's heard that life is too short to wait around for something good to come along. So when you feel yourself getting bored with day-to-day life, it is important to get out and chase something new. a hobby, a goal, a dream, or butterflies if you so choose. Don't get bored, live in the moment, and keep yourself on your toes. Senior class of 2018, I leave you with the 3 R's: roots, reflection, and regret. I challenge you to remember your roots, who you are, and from where you have come. Reflect on your experiences to see how you have changed for the better. And most importantly, avoid life's regrets. Allow yourself to say yes to a new opportunity, even if that means accepting the opportunity alone. I promise you, you will meet new people, and you will not regret it. Looking back at 8th grade and my bad habit of avoidance, especially with concern to my peers, I realized participating in speech class would have set me up for greater success. But there is no going back as I stand here facing my fear of public speaking in a much more difficult way. Congratulations, Mandan High School class of 2018. You should be proud to be here today, and I cannot wait to see where your fears take you. Up next, Kaylee Barbie's 6th grade love, Carson Brewer.
Our prison sentence is up. We have served our time, paid our bail, and completed our classes. Now we are only minutes away from being free. Good afternoon, friends, family, Mandan Public School District employees, and the class of 2018. It is my honor to be your class elected speaker. I would like to congratulate each and every one of you on your accomplishment. This would not have been possible without the help of countless other individuals, such as our parents, teachers, and fellow classmates. Let's take a moment to give them a round of applause. Today is not only a day to look back and reflect on our past years, but a day to look forward to our futures and all the great times yet to come. Our near futures include plunging headfirst into debt for college, going to trade school, or going straight into the workforce, all of which are intelligent options. No matter what our future plans are, there will be uncertainty, just like the past 13 years. Looking back, our past was full of uncertainty. I remember my first day of kindergarten. I didn't want to go. I couldn't figure out the point in going to school when I had everything that I needed at home. I had people that took care of me, and I had a sweet Walmart bike with cards in the spokes. Jumping ahead to freshman year, I'm pretty sure I speak for the majority when I say that we were not sure where our classrooms were or how to drive. Based upon the parking I saw walking in today, it looks like some are still learning the driving part. Sophomore year, we started to figure out the high school, but we soon learned from good old Dave Ramsey that our lives were a wreck because we didn't have cash for college, cash for a house, cash for a car, or cash for anything. Junior year was interesting with all the testing and the election. I will never forget coming to school on November 9th, 2016. Make America Great Again gear was everywhere you looked, and a few people were wearing a frown for some odd reason. Finally, senior year. It felt like the first day of kindergarten in a way. We didn't want to go to school, and we weren't sure of a lot. We weren't sure what we wanted to do after high school or how to graduate. But it looks like we finally figured out the graduating part. Though we still have a lot of uncertainties in life, we have learned a lot together in our time at Mandan High. For example, it is easier to pass math with Slater. If you take too much ranch at lunch, you will be yelled at. And that BizMan and Pinterest are educational tools, despite what some teachers may tell you. Not only was our past uncertain, but so is our future. Life after high school has many uncertainties, such as, how will I pay for college? Where will I work? Or who will be there to door ding my car in the morning? Despite the uncertain, our future is still full of possibility. We cannot forget that we live in the greatest country in the world, the good old US of A. We are the gold standard globally, with more opportunity and freedom than we will ever know exists. It is important that we exercise our voice in democracy and make the most out of all the opportunities we have in life. To paraphrase the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, the only thing standing between you and your dream is the bullcrap story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. We should have confidence and not shortchange ourselves, because Mandan High School has allowed us to gain valuable skills, like being able to think outside the box and stand up for ourselves. We have also had the opportunity to take a wide variety of electives that have helped us to figure out what we want to do in life and to become more well-rounded individuals. No matter how many things we are uncertain of in life, we are certain of many life lessons we have learned at Mandan High. Dave Ramsey believes credit cards are the devil. iPads rarely work, and it is easier to pass 4 years of English with Spark Notes rather than opening a book. So thanks, Spark Notes. Today, receiving this diploma will be marked as one of our greatest accomplishments up until this point. We have finally served our time. The chains are off, the doors are open, now nothing is holding us back. Well, it appears that we are about to be set free by these lovely people. Congratulations and best of luck to the class of 2018.
The warden will have a few words, since we're in prison. Class of 2018, in a few moments, we will be presenting you with your high school diploma and turning your tassels. An important and pivotal step in your life. But even before or even after we do that, however, I hope each one of you takes a little time to reflect on the past 13 years and the road that you choose to get here. As I reflect, I see that some of you chose a path that was very quiet and uneventful, while some of you chose a path that challenged you academically and involved you in numerous school activities. Finally, some of you chose a path that included a few trips to my office. Most of them were good, though. Class of 2018, no matter what path you truly chose, the past 13 years, please understand and realize that your life beyond high school is more than a path. It is a journey of endless opportunity for each one of you, a journey that will be made by each one of you in any manner you choose. I urge each one of you to set your goals high, reach your dreams, as you've been provided a great foundation by your parents and by your education. On behalf of the staff and administration of Mandan Public Schools, know that each one of you carries with you on your new journey our best wishes for a happy and successful year and future. I personally thank each one of you for your contributions, your mentorship, your leadership, and most of all, your friendship. Each one of you will be missed. Thank you for your years at Mandan High School. You guys ready? Dr. Bates, Mandan School Board, I certify that the seniors assembled here have met the minimum requirements set forth by the Mandan School Board and the North Dakota Department of Public Instruction and should receive a Mandan High School diploma. Would each of the students come forward as your name is read to receive your diploma so that the names of each graduate can be heard and recognized? We ask the cooperation of the audience in refraining from expressing their congratulations until the entire class has received their diplomas.
Amber Elise Ardall. Melinda Althoff. Haley Elizabeth Anderson. Morgan Grace Anderson. Charlie Oswald. Madison Marie Ani. Jordan Arlen Bailey. Kaylee Emily C. Barbie. Mindy R. Barchinger. Kimberly N. Bauer. Margaret Ann Beach. Hunter Allen Bain. Chloe Ann Bender. Hayden Chad Bender. Bailey Anna Bird. Sage Bird. Isaac F. Berger. Justin Berger. Ashton Marie Bergquist.
Eleanor Louise Bierman. Matthew Blotsky. Aaron R. Flowers. Sierra Bloom. Adam Bain. Skylar Bossert. Hannah C. Broughton. Lane Daniel Grant. Carson E. Brewer. Keith R. Bride III. Dakota James Bryson. Sierra J. Butler. Jacob Castillo. Emily Sika. Joseph M. Clark. Mackenzie Clausen. David Cleveland. Skylar Corley. Alyssa K. Daly. Cash Wyatt Davidson.
Haley J. Davis. Darby Defoe. Jasmine R. Duran. Jalen Marie Dudenheffer. Corinne Jillian Enter. Eric B. Earhart. Donovan Felder. Chad M. Fenster. Benjamin Fishbeck. Dylan M. Fleck. Maya Fleck. Anna L. Frank. Joshua Freilich. Megan Fanioli. Taylor Ganji. Isaiah Garrett. Dylan J. Gardner. Caleb Michael Gayette.
Lucas Geiger. Noah A. Gerhardt. Santana Rose Gerhardt. Carly K. Gifford. Salomar Gonzalez Nieves. Zoe L. Gregg. Tyra Brooke Huff. Savannah Marie Hagerod. Cyrus J. Heggie Gefta. Quinn Halstengard. Brenna Elizabeth Hammer. Alexis Hansen. Gabriella Haroldson.
Way to go, Gabby!
Ethan Edward Hoff. Dayton Hogan. Tanya Hogan. Skylar A. Helfrich. Alexis Anne Marie Helgeson. Bo A. Hickman.
Caden W. Halford. Carter Dane Hammelspot. David Christopher Hoffman. Kaylin Obine. Mackenzie Obine. Cassandra Rose Holzer. Eden M. Holzer. Hunter K. Holzer. Trent W. Horn. Molly Kayleen Hostetter. Trevor Howard. Cameron Howitt. Logan Isaac. Chantel Janila. Zach Jones. Keanu Jacob Junt. Amar Carrick. Sydney Kautzman. Jacob Martin Kinishitsky.
Dakota E. Kotzik. Caden Kraus. Grace Kuntz. Jamaica Lee. Elizabeth E. Langame. Jared Lip. Ian James Longton. Lathan Charles Bowman. Sierra McGilkey. Rachel Ann Marshner. Sabrina Marie Matthews. Brody Matheson. Tiara Marie Mayers. Brenna Deanne Michael. Carson Meyer. Kylie Meyer. Easton Miller. Gavin James Miller. Kayla Marie Middleston.
Charles D. Mize. Erica Nevada Morel. Tanner J. Mossett. Xander N. Mott. Dharma Rose Muller. Grant Myers. Deshae M. Knowles. Catalina Rose Marie Ogden. Alyssa Olheiser. Courtney Jean Olson. Michael Gabriel Pabon Santana. Christina Alicia Padilla. Erica Padilla. Carly Angeline Pazernek. Hannah Jo Peterson. Waylon Bruce Peterson. Trayson Petaway. Elena Christine Poitra. Kyle Hans Seda.
Xavier Creek. Trisha Lynn Reinecke. Lakin C. Remick. Ethan Bruder. Diego Daniel Reyes. Chandler D. Risser. Kevin R. Rivera. Lillian Maria Roberson. Layla J. Rosemore. Savannah Rose Shower. Jacob Schlosser.
Way to go, Jacob!
Miles Allen Schlosser. Caitlin Rose Schmidt. Tyreen Schmidt. Stephen Schmidt. Kyra Schultz. Nathan Schwint. North Everett Wrestler Skager. Keaton Skitlin.
Catherine Slavic. Allison Smith. Hope Ann Smith. Dalton Michael Sogstead. Griffin Philip Spady. Julianne Spillman. Olivia Joy Spencer. Cameron Steckler. Trey D. Steckler. Anthony J. M. Steele. Jacob R. Stern. Donovan S. Swiger. Ryan Housen. Anna Rose Thomas. Ty J. Thomas. Harley Calvin Thompson. Paige P. Tipke. Natalie R. Tokash. Lucas Lloyd Town.
Kylie Brianne Trenda. Natasha Troxel. Isaiah A. China. Alexis Walker. Isaac M. Watson. Dawson J. Webb. Cody Lee Winehandle. Hannah R. Wentz. Tyler Weisenhunt. Jackson Weiss. Tristan Scott Weiss. Braylon Willows. Ryan Mark Waddledge. Blaine E. Woodruff. Grant Woodson Little. Kelsey J. Yanni. Haley Sharon Zaka. Albert Martinson.
That completes our ceremony today. I'd like to give a few thank yous before we dismiss. Special thank you to the Mandan High School custodial staff for all their hard work, the Mandan High School band and choir, to our readers, Mr. Justin and Mr. Quintus. Please have a safe and enjoyable weekend, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mandan High School's graduated class of 2018.